Metro City was a skyline I knew by routine glass teeth and neon veins. Then, the sky split. Crystalline shards rained like guilty verdicts, catching light and slicing the air. People froze mid-step as reality fractured around them. When the tribunal fell, its pieces came looking for a new judge. I was airborne when the first shard found me. Lightning is my habit. Today, it felt like constable work. This isn't weather. This is a verdict, I thought, and I cut through the falling light like a confession. I hit ground, and the pavement answered with crystal spires, slicing asphalt into geometric petals. From those shards, a shape assembled, faceless, precise, beautiful, and terrifying. A shard intoned designation, Emsky, prime, legality scan, begin, voice like porcelain. A beam struck my storm heart and twisted my lightning into jagged, obedient arcs. Hey, I didn't consent to holy, I managed, as law itself tried to graft into my chest. More shards descended, 3 of them, judging like meteorological magistrates. Tribunal collapsed. Reconstruction required. Candidate located. I muttered, I hate cosmic Mondays. The city convulsed. Buses hung upside down, shadows decided new loyalties. Birds rewound their flights. Reality slipped on a thin, crystalline shoe. The sages of the astral storm summoned me into a sanctuary hewn from lightning. They called it the tribunal's duty. Keep rules across worlds. You broke the balance, one said, and you must hold it. So here I stand at a cracked holographic globe, earth fracturing like glass. A voice whispers through a portal that yawns open like a crystal mouth. Emsky, prime, you are summoned. The verdict begins. From a dead timeline, a courthouse floats, a cathedral of impossible law. Stained glass fractal walls spiral into corridors that contradict themselves. Halls fold like paper and time bends at the threshold. Where laws collide, time goes to court. A figure appears at the dais. Luminox, tall and robed in sharp crystal plates. Legislative runes crawl across a face of polished prism. Their eyes glow with moving script. They announce the case without mercy. Trial of the prime variable begins. Charges: destabilization of infinity. In the gallery, witnesses file forward like echoes. A tyrant Emsky, from a possible future, watches with a smile honed by conquest. A paradox child weeps in 2 directions at once. An alternate villain points an accusing finger and claims loss and ruin. A refugee folds their hands and begs for laws that keep them safe. You could become me, the tyrant hisses. Emsky, small, shaken, can only mutter, not helping. The courtroom convicts him before any verdict. Panels begin to betray consistency. Some freeze like ink in water, while others twist like funhouse mirrors. Laws contradict their own wording and space knots into paradox. Luminox intones, you will become the perfect law. Emsky snaps, I'm not a freaking statute. Lightning erupts. Energy splinters the fractal walls, and the courthouse breaks apart like a legal code being erased. Below, crystalline constructs descend across Metro City, angelic and terrible. A shard broadcast, demande compliance, résistance illégale. Order must be restored. Timelines overlap, buildings flicker between versions, heroes and old villains stumble into one another's scenes. Emsky shouts for calm, but a paradox child is dragged into a shard portal. The gate slams closed. Fear hardens into resolve. Above the ruined skyline, Luminox hovers, arms wide, a blade of jurisprudence poised. Submit, prime variable, or be overwritten. Choose now. In the vault known as the Core Edict, cathedral arches of living crystal spin like galaxies. Rings of light braid data script into a sacred halo around Emsky, who stands small and deliberate at the center. He is the keeper of laws that bind worlds, and tonight those laws hum with warning. From the shadows steps Luminox, a silhouette of calcified light and paradoxal geometry. His voice falls like a sentence. Law must endure. You must become the law. Emsky answers with a pulse of defiance. Not happening. Electric lattice lightning taxes the air, tracing hexagons across the crystalline panels. Paradox constructs tear free of logic-fractured statutes that move as soldiers whirling toward the vault. Emsky braces, palms open, not to bind but to listen. When the battlefield cracks, a child steps through a collapsing portal. A paradox child, stitched from two failed world lines. Eyes like untranslated runs of code. Small fingers reach for Emsky's hand. You saved me when my world broke. Let us save you now. Emsky exhales. Soft, older than his face, he says, that's all the law I need. He gathers the laws not as chains, but as music. From his veins, the lattice answers. Reforming contradiction folded into pattern. Crystals shiver and then explode outward like dying stars as he summons a storm that rearranges rules into harmony. Law without heart is just another storm, he roars, and the cathedral bends. Luminox fractures into ember fragments, drifting away with a dying logic. Incomplete. You remain. Dangerous. Protocol shards retreat into a crack in the luminous divide. A caption whispers, they are not gone, only regrouping. Beyond the divide, something listens. Emsky looks up, lightning flickering in uncertain eyes. He whispers, what did the tribunal know about me? Beyond the luminous divide, a barren island floats in a silent black sea. At its center, a jagged crack in reality gapes like a mirror with no reflection. Emsky stands before it, windless, the void pressing silence to his ears. He has always believed there are infinite versions of himself, scattered like stars across possibility. Tonight the mirror answers. He reaches out. The edge ripples like oil, then resolves into nothing, no image, no echo. Static gathers, and from that noise, a child of white light forms, half-remembered and trembling. You finally found it. The pale child breathes. Lightning folds from Emsky's fingers. He staggers. What are you? He asks. The child smiles with a face that's almost his. I am you. Before you. It begins to slip, translucent and quieting, like memory losing color. The voice in the void speaks of copies, of echoes stitched into timelines. There were never infinite yous, it says. Only replicas, fading attempts to mirror the first spark. Emsky's hand shakes. The ground beneath him hums as if the cosmos itself takes a breath. You are the original, the child whispers. The only one who truly existed. The air cracks. Emsky steps through the mirror and the world drains to black line and silence where physics refuses color. He crosses into a recordless place and meets a figure wrapped in pages and shadow. The archivist Kael, a living book whose robes rustle with forgotten names. Kael says this place holds what reality forgot, and that Emsky was not meant to exist here. Then the sky splits into a diagram of branching worlds, a cosmic map unfurling like inked branches, and at its center a silhouette of Emsky, humming with stormlight. Kael's eyes burn like lanterns, and he says simply, you are not a ripple in the multiverse. You are the multiverse. The revelation lands like a thunderclap. The mirror closes. The divide shudders. Emsky stands between everything that was and everything that might be. Voices echo in the glass. Rows of faded, ghost-like variants flicker and tremble, each a half-remembered life. The pale child watches them like rain. They are not alternate yous, the child says, voice certain. They are reflections struggling to exist. A rupture opens. Time rips like paper. A corrupted echo collapses into the room, skeletal and jagged, torn by timelines. It lashes out, voice-laced. You stole my life. Lightning answers Emsky's power flaring white and blue against warped void energy. The combat is memory, strands snapping and knitting. Emsky fights to hold a shape that refuses to stay whole. When the echo falters, Emsky reaches through the fracture and catches it. The corrupted voice softens. I tried to be real. You are real, Emsky says. You matter. Light blooms from the echo like a breaking dawn, and fragments dissolve into iridescent motes. Kael pulls Emsky deeper into the mirror, where echoes decay faster and histories blur. He tells what the pale child could not. After your spark ignited, the multiverse began generating versions of you. Universes sprouted around that spark. A world without you dissolves into static. Then a timeline births a mirror figure. Then a paradox child flashes into existence from a lightning distortion. You grew a multiverse around you, Kael says. Emsky stares, stunned. The pale child confesses with hairline fractures running across its face. I was the first echo. I was supposed to become you. But you formed too soon. Lightning crackles. You replaced me. Emsky tries to save it. No, you're not just some version, you're a person. The pale child smiles sadly. And so are they. Save them before they fade. It shatters into monochrome sparks, and the choice waits like a distant thunder. Emsky breathes, knowing the cost is enormous today. For the first time, rage becomes light. Emsky releases a scream of thunder, and his lightning tears the monochrome sky open, bathing an ash and gray world in blue-white. It is a color the universe has never known, and terrible wonder. He hunts answers and finds Kale at the tribunal's ruined mirror, humming with secrets. Emsky demands the truth. Why didn't anyone tell me? Why did the tribunal hide this? Kale's face is a map of regret and calculation. Because they feared you. You are the only being who can rewrite the multiverse, or end it. Visions flood Emsky's sight. Himself a savior crowned in light. Himself a tyrant on a black throne. Himself dismantling stars. Himself weaving worlds from ruin. Himself alone drifting through infinite silence. The visions press on him like a weight. You are not one of many. You are the point from which many were created, Kyle says. Then the mirror interrupts with an alarm. The void frequencies detected. The silencing approaches. Emsky's eyes go wide. He steps through the mirror into reality, lightning, trembling, newborn. He whispers, I'm not a reflection. I'm the first.